I'm Addison Smith with Campus Reform. President Joe Biden was very critical of President Trump for putting children in these, what he called cages, down at the southern border. Kamala Harris called it a crime against humanity. We're going to be going to students, showing them these, asking what they think about Trump doing this. But what will students think when they find out that these are actually President Joe Biden's cages? Back in 2016, when Trump was elected, he received a lot of criticism for his immigration policies. A lot of people accused him of, putting kids in cages down at the borders. He was putting children in what people were calling cages, these holding cells for kids while they were trying to sort things out and get them back to their families. So what do you guys think about Trump doing this? I'm sure you guys, have heard of it. What is your reaction to Trump doing this, and what do you think he should have done instead?
I don't like it. Obviously, kids shouldn't be in cages. I think Trump did a bad job, but I knew Obama had kids in cages too.
I think it was very disgusting that he did that. Why would you separate children very at a young age or even at any age away from their parents? To be treated differently and put into a cage as if you're not human. So that was, beyond disgusting for him to even do that in the first place.
You can't put them in cages. If anything, give them a chance to be able to secure themselves on the soil, on American soil.
I think that a big point of conversation during the debates was he kept firing back with but you're the ones who built them and stuff like that. And I think that the person who used them and is really, the one who should be held responsible rather than deflecting blame of but this happened and this happened. I think that it was obviously a terrible situation and not handled properly.
Yeah, that was something they brought up a lot, was that the Obama administration built the cages, but you're saying that, you're using them, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're literally ripping children away from their families at the border and acting like you're doing something good for the country, you're not.
I actually have a picture right here that I want to show you. One of Trump's, the holding cells they were keeping kids in. These are the ones that the Trump administration built. You can see they kind of look like shipping containers. They have the metal bars right there on the windows. So seeing this, what is your reaction knowing that Trump was putting children in here?
I don't like that at all. I don't really like the idea of ripping children from their families in the first place and then keeping them in glorified shipping containers is not nice.
Yeah, it's horrible. I feel like there are so many alternatives that could have been pursued.
It looks pretty crappy to me. I don't like it. Bars kind of give off a bad vibe. Looks like prison cells.
It's it's hard to even explain your emotions because it's why would you put children in a cage if they were an animal? Even dogs themselves, they're not always in a cage their whole lives.
Would you say that maybe Trump putting them in those cages was treating them like animals?
Yeah, it's like treating someone like an animal.
It just kind of reminds me of the what's it called? What happened in Germany, Nazi and forgot the name of it, but the Holocaust.
Then candidate Biden, when he was gearing up to run against Trump, he was very critical of Trump's decision here. Kamala Harris was too. She said it was a crime against humanity. He vowed to end the child separation policy. Do you trust Biden, now that Biden's in office, Trump's out, do you trust Biden to handle the immigration situation better, and do you think that he'll do that?
I'm hoping that he does resolve the immigration crisis to an extent, better than Trump did.
I think we're in a lot better standing than we have been for the past 4 years. I know there's a lot going on right now that needs to be focused on, and I have been following closely, for his Instagram and everything, and waiting to see updates on it. And so, God, I hope so.
Biden's pretty central, and so we have to push on him to keep making change.
From what we've seen and what he's promoted for what he would do, I believe that he can handle the situation better.
You think you might trust him more than Trump?
In a sense, yes.
I don't think you'd go that far.
Last question. Would it surprise you if I told you that picture I just showed you is actually the facilities that President Biden just opened? I showed you that picture. Would it surprise you if I told you that was a holding cell? Those were holding cells that President Biden just opened about a week ago, and that those were not Trump's. And Trump actually enacted a policy that ended the separation of children at the border.
That's shocking because I did not know that at all. So for you to tell me that, I did not know that. Everyone made Trump look like a bad image, and he's basically doing the same thing. So yeah, that's very shocking. I did not know that.
It sucks. He went back on his word.
So a lot of people are criticizing Biden, calling him a hypocrite, saying he was doing exactly what Trump did. So knowing that, what is your reaction to that? Does that surprise you?
I'm not surprised. That's exactly what I was expecting. Like if he didn't do anything about it, then like it's just because I don't know. Everybody's saying he's like everything's gonna change when Biden's coming. I just think from here on now it's probably gonna get worse.
I don't think that's a solution, and I don't think there should be a double standard. I wouldn't be okay with Trump doing it. I'm not okay with Biden doing it.
You think Biden lied?
Yeah, honestly, I think Biden has always just been kind of like the puppet mouth of, the Democratic Party.
So you guys don't really trust Biden?
I wouldn't say that I fully trust him, but I think that I trust that he will be pushed